What up and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Rombone. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 202 in the high. What's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube or your favorite podcasting app. And what's really good? How y'all doing out there? Hope y'all staying safe, all that good shit. Enjoying the nice weather. Hopefully, if you're getting nice weather, it's been nice as fuck here. How's the weather there? Wherever there may be. And what the fuck's really good, man? We just chilling. Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, technically, I guess, since this is when it comes out. But we just fucking chilling. And I want to thank everybody that left a comment on last week's podcast on YouTube to be entered into the giveaway. We got the Twisted Nickel Bag, Twisted Songs to Smoke to, and the HOK Head Trauma. All brand new, sealed. I want to send a special shout out to Fear the Effing Beard for the Twisted Nickel Bag CD for copping that at Astro. Much fucking love, Fear the Effing Beard. You are the shit. One of the biggest supporters I got. Much fucking love. I appreciate you. But we do have a winner. I did pick a winner. Everybody was assigned a number in the order that the comments were left. And the winner is Kramer831. If you are listening right now, hit me up. Give me your shipping information, and I will get these CDs sent out to you. I will also reach out to you on YouTube where you left your comment. And much fucking love, man, doing the giveaways, giving back to the community that has given me so much. Much fucking love. Super appreciate it. I love y'all. Y'all are the shit. And yeah, we got a bunch of new shit. New music news that popped off this past week, so let's fucking get right into it. New music wise, Rittz dropped his single Gladiator as promised, featuring Emilio Rojas and King ISO, produced by C Lance, and this is a fucking banger. This, like, last week I was speculating, hopefully that it would be on some, I was kind of hoping it would be on some boom bap shit, just so Rittz could switch his style up, but we hear on that double time fast rapping shit, and it's a fucking banger regardless, man. C Lance once again showing that he could do many different styles, not just the boom bap shit, and fucking killed it on here. Rittz destroyed it. ISO, Emilio Rojas, they all fucking killed it on this track. I'm hoping this is the first single from Rittz from the C Lance project that he is working on. He's been working on it for a while, and I'm hoping that we get that album this year or early next year. We're about halfway through the year right now. So, fingers crossed we get that C Lance produced Rittz project, because that shit will be fire. C Lance, like I always say, one of my favorite producers in the underground. If you haven't checked out his album, The Undying Flame, yet, from C Lance, that shit is fucking fire. This shit is so goddamn good. Not one bad song on that album. I've been bumping that shit all week since it dropped. And man, that shit is a fucking banger. Banging album. Rittz is on there as well. So yeah, new Rittz, Gladiator with ISO, King ISO, and Emilio Rojas is fucking fire. Another dope single that dropped this week, Hush, Bobby J from Rockaway. They dropped their new single, Kolm, Kolm, I think that's how it's pronounced, featuring Trick Trick and Good Money G100. Is that what it is? I'm gonna have to double check that. But yo, this is like unlike anything I've heard from Hush up until this point. This is some funky ass shit. Throwback vibes on this one. I love this shit. Trick Trick is that fucking dude. Trick Trick he's the dude. If you're going to Detroit and you got a problem, he's gonna make sure that problem is gonna get fucking fixed. But Hush absolutely killed it on this shit. Funky dance type vibes on this track, man. I fucking love this shit. Been bumping it since it dropped. a few times, and man, Hush, just one of those murderous fucking MCs from Detroit. I mean, I love the Detroit scene, even though I'm, Boston, Worcester, Mass, whatever. I love the Detroit hip hop scene. So fucking fire. And Hush is one of the illest to ever do it out of Detroit. His new single, Kolm, is fire. Fire. Lex the Hex Master dropped a new single called The Gang. Maybe the first single off part 4 of the 4-part EP series that we're waiting for it to conclude. That's been a couple years in the making, and this shit's a banger. The production on here is fire. No idea who did it. Lex is doing his fucking thing. I dig it, man. I want more. We need more Lex. We need more consistent Lex. Not just fucking singles, EPs, albums. It don't matter. Just we need more Lex more consistently to drop. And this shit is a fucking banger. I think I've only listened to this one in particular once. So I can't really break down fucking the song or anything like that. But the shit is a fucking banger, man. It's getting me hyped for that part 4 of, I don't even know what it's called. I don't think he's released a track or a name to the EP yet. But yeah, hopefully we'll be getting that this year as well. So go peep that out. The new Lex the Hex Master. That shit is fucking fire. New Suicide Boys. They dropped a new single off their upcoming album. This one's called Escape from Babylon. This one's about the girls. Kind of on some emo shit. But this shit's fire. This one actually gives me throwback Suicide Boys vibes from like 2016. Like seriously, even though they were rapping about, how fans complain about how they want the old school Suicide Boys back, which is always a fucking silly complaint. And even I complain about that shit about certain artists sometimes. But if you want the old shit, go bump the old shit, right? That's really what it boils down to. But this, if you want throwback vibes from Suicide Boys, this shit right here, Return to Babylon, is fucking fire. Or Escape from Babylon, I'm sorry. This shit is fire. Yeah, the new album called Sing Me a Lullaby, My Sweet yeah, I can't read the fucking track list on the single right there, but yeah, a long ass name for an album. I don't remember the fucking name. They be coming up with some wild ass track names, album names. They've been always doing that shit. It's hard to remember some specific songs, EPs that they've dropped just because the names are so fucking long. But the new Suicide Boys is fucking fire. Peep the shit, especially if you're a fan of the old shit. For me, it felt like some old shit. It really did. I don't know if everybody else is feeling like that, but that's how I felt. And the Suicide Boys are actually getting ready to hit the road. They are going on tour with Ski Master Slump God, Snot, Knocked Loose, JPEG Mafia, Code Orange, and Maxxx Cream. They got a whole bunch of dates lined up. And shout out to Bobby Blaze from Midwest United Juggalos for pointing this out. If you look at the tour schedule, there are a few dates that they have off, here and there. And a couple of those dates just so happen to fall on when the Gathering is going down this year. So possibly Suicide Boys at the Gathering 2022, maybe making their second appearance. I know they killed it the first time that they were at the Gathering. No reason for me to believe that they wouldn't kill it a second time and that the Juggalos wouldn't want to see them again, because if you haven't seen Suicide Boys live, they're fucking fire. They're really good. And yeah. So, maybe they'll be playing. And I have more of a reason to think why they'll be playing, which we'll get into in a few minutes, because they did announce a couple more artists, or they actually announced the first few artists playing the Gathering this year. Fuck it, we'll talk about it right now. Fat Nick. You don't know Fat Nick? Fat Nick is Puya's boy. He does shit with Shakewell. I believe he did a whole project with Shakewell. And Shakewell is signed to Grey 5'9", which is Suicide Boys' label. So there's that affiliation with Fat Nick and Suicide Boys. Another reason for me to believe that Suicide Boys will be at the Gathering. Also announced at the Gathering this year is KRS-One. KRS-One is making his return to the Gathering. I'm surprised that he was actually willing to come back for a second time to the gathering, but he will be there. And then horror. I think that's it. The band Horror is going to be there as well. So those are the first 3 acts that we got for the gathering this year. I've had people hit me up saying, they don't think this gathering is going to be anything special, much like last year's was as far as performers go. Just because it's been so fucking silent on it, but that's how it usually goes. If you think about it, that's psychopathic is best at just being silent, making you think ain't shit going down, and then shit really fucking does happen. So, Fat Nick, KRS-One Horror, slated to play the Gathering this year, and hopefully Suicide Boys, and maybe we'll get that infomercial soon. It's gonna be going down less than 2 months from now, the Gathering. So yeah, we got that, and then we got, let's see what else. New another track that dropped this week. This one actually just dropped yesterday, I believe. DJ Chunk dropped a new track with shaggytheairhead called Super Sick. This shit is dope, man. I would have to assume that shaggytheairhead did the beat, and obviously DJ Chunk on the ones and twos chopping it up. Dude, ain't nobody chopping it up like DJ Chunk right now. Like, this dude is fucking fire. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter. He be posting clips every once in a while. Him just doing his fucking thing on the turntables, and he's so fucking nice with it. Dude is so ill. And this new track is fire. No vocals, nothing, just a beat and some scratches, but the shit is banging. I dug it. And yeah, that's all the new music that dropped this week. I figure I'd just put it all out in the very first segment. Again, if you want to check out any of the music that's talked about on this podcast, peep out the Weekly Bumps playlist on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Follow it, all that good shit. I update it every Friday with new music, so go peep that shit. Yeah. And we were just talking about DJ Chunk, shaggytheairhead. Well, let's get into some fucking Ouija Mac. Keep that Chapter 17 connection going. Ouija Mac actually is dropping the pre-orders today, Monday, June 13th, for Stalewind, his new album. He revealed the album cover and the track list. The album cover is fucking dope. Like, this dude's artwork is just always abstract as fuck, and I love it. Love the blue, love the pink of this Stalewind album cover. Pre-orders, like I said, are live today, June 13th. And we got the track list. Let's break down the track list a little bit. Mostly produced by Devereaux, which I like. It just makes fucking sense to have, if not the whole project produced by Devereaux, damn near the whole thing, because Devereaux is just a fucking monster. But we do have features on here. A few features. We got Gizmo on here. We got Hexes on the album. Trying to see who else. Looking at the fucking Outlaw is on the album, and most notably Violent J. This is the first appearance of anybody from ICP on a Ouija Mac album since Gutter Water. So it's nice to see we got that Violent J feature on here. Maybe it's the song that I posted the clip of on Instagram that Ouija Mac had previewed on one of his lives recently. So maybe it's that song. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And that song's produced by Devereaux, co-produced by DJ Chunk. Some of these songs were recorded in Violent J's studio. The Cabin in the Woods. And some of these song titles are like, actually, 2 of the song titles on here are like throwback to old school ICP shit. Return of the Murder Go Round. Murder Go Round, obviously from the Ringmaster album. But we got the Return of the Murder Go Round, produced by Devereaux, co-produced by DJ Chunk. And then another track, In the Ha, produced by Devereaux. Man, they should have fucking hit me up for some samples, for some In the Ha samples, you know what I mean? But it's all good. And yeah, 19 songs on Stalewind, dropping at the Gathering. What is it? August 5th, I believe. Yes, it is. And the artwork looks fucking fire. The track list, 19 tracks from Ouija Mac. I'm hyped for it. I'm here for it. Ouija Mac is that fucking dude. I don't give a shit. And man, Stalewind. It's the fourth and final element before Dark Planet. There was some debate if it was Stillwind or Stalewind. It was Stillwind. From the very fucking beginning, it was Stillwind. And then at some point, it changed to Stalewind. Ouija Mac took to Twitter, actually all his social medias, to kind of break down why it went from Stillwind to Stalewind. He says the elements come from dreams and my interpretation of experiences in dreams, astral projection, and remote viewing. It's not always clear. And two, when I started this album saga, I planned to kill myself after Stillwind and leave instructions for the posthumous release of Dark Planet. It wasn't until recently that I chose life, which was the catalyst for the still/stale shift. And third, man, I'm so sorry I'm stale. I'm so sorry that I'm so stale. Right? So Ouija Mac revealing that he had plans to fucking off himself after the fourth element and before the Dark Planet album, which is fucking crazy, man. You got to be in a fucking super dark place to be thinking shit like that. That's fucking wild. Wild, wild, wild. I've seen a lot more support than I saw for hate on this on social media. When I saw this shit, I was like, that's just fucking dark as fuck, man. To be thinking shit like that, and two, to plan some shit out like that, like, that's wild as fuck. And like most people have said, I'm glad Ouija chose fucking life. Straight the fuck up. This dude has become one of my favorite artists. Heck, fuck that. My favorite artist out right now. I know I say that shit all the time. I'm a broken record. What the fuck ever. I don't give a shit. But this dude absolutely fucking kills it. He's getting better and better with each release. Puts on a fucking great fucking show. Merch is top notch. All that shit. And I'm glad this dude fucking chose to stick around. Straight the fuck up. That would have been sad as fuck if he fucking did that shit. You know, you could debate if it's true or not. I don't know. I'm going to take him at his word for it that it is true. I saw some people saying that that was whack as fuck for him to say some shit like that. But yo, I mean, I probably I'd have to disagree with that. Only because I feel like this dude's music probably helps people get through dark times, right? And he's just kind of conveying, yo, I was in a dark spot at one point. I fucking had some crazy ass plans to kill himself, but he chose to stick around. And you could look at this like, yo, if you're in a dark spot, you got to reach out to somebody and ask for fucking help. Reach out to somebody. I just saw a post the other day. I don't know if it came in my algorithm because of this post or not. But the suicide hotline is getting a number much like the emergency 911 number. It's actually going to be 988, and that will directly connect you to the suicide hotline. You can always go that route. Fucking hit up a friend, hit up a family member, do what you got to do to fucking stick around. And like I said before, I'm fucking glad Ouija chose life, man, because this dude kills it. And, you know, it's obviously he dug himself out of a dark hole. You know, he didn't fucking dive into it if he's gotten therapy or anything like that. I don't know. I kind of hope he did or is currently in therapy, to work through this shit, because it's scary as fuck, man. It's probably triggering to some people. I saw that. I was like, yo, that's wild. Like, did anybody else know? Or was he the only one in on this? I would hope he was the only one in on this. Because if other people fucking knew, they should have fucking stepped in and fucking did something. Because that's wild. I would imagine if you're planning some shit like that, you're keeping that shit to yourself. You ain't out fucking telling everybody. Even your closest friends, fucking whoever, family. I plan on killing myself after this album. But that's just fucking, I don't know, man. Ouija chooses life. Stalewind drops August 5th. The album cover is fucking fire. The track list looks dope. I love the throwback vibes. The return of the murder go round. And in the ha. I'm fucking ready for it, man. I'm fucking ready for it. Hyped as fuck for it. So yeah. Be on the lookout for that shit. We were just talking about ICP, how this is the first time anybody from ICP has made an appearance on a Ouija Mac album since Gutter Water. Technically, you could say Water Damage because Violent J was on there, but he really only had like one part saying that Ouija was ripping it up and that shit was fresh. But we got the music video from ICP For Queens off Yum Yum Bedlam. And not the best video, not the most fucking terrible video I've ever seen. I don't like the song, and I'll probably just leave it at that. But the music video for Queens is out. I just don't like Yum Yum Bedlam, and it is what it is. I'm not fucking just gonna sit here and fucking trash on it unnecessarily. I just don't like the album, don't like the song. But the video is out. The dope part about the video is they got a lot of juggalettes in the video. A lot of juggalettes must have submitted pictures to be in the video. I don't remember there being a roll call for it. Who knows? I could have talked about it on the podcast and forgot about it, but a bunch of juggalettes are in the videos. They put up a bunch of pictures. And yeah, it's about all the queens, man. About all the fucking queens. And then we got Lyte. We talked about the gathering. Who's playing the gathering? Well, if you forgot, Lyte has his own little festival or show that he puts on called Lights Out. Well, Lyte is saying Lights Out on the fucking division because he announced the lineup for Lights Out 5, and this shit is wild. August 19th at the Crowfoot, Pontiac, Michigan. Lights Out 5 with Lyte, ABK, Blaze, Boondox, DJ Clay, Big Hoodoo, Project Born, Scum, Schizo, and more. So we got psychopathic affiliated artists, and we got Magic Ninja entertainment artists. We got Lyte on this flyer right here. If you're watching on YouTube, we got Lyte on this flyer with ABK, Blaze, and Boondox. So looking like those are the main acts for Lights Out 5, but I saw this shit and it put a fucking smile on my face because this is the shit that we need in the underground. Regardless of your affiliation, it doesn't mean that you can't fucking do shows with other people, work on other music with other people. I understand some people take a hard stance on it and they pick their side and they roll with it, and that's fine. It is what it is. You roll for you roll who you roll with. And I get it. Is what it is. But for the fans, it sucks. Because you don't get to see your favorite artists work with each other because some bullshit beef that doesn't even necessarily have to do with you. The fuck are you doing not doing shit with other people when it ain't your beef? Especially if you're not directly connected to the situation. But regardless, Lyte is saying Lights Out to the division. And I'm here for it. This shit is fucking fire, man. August 19th, again at the Crowfoot in Pontiac, Michigan. Blaze, Boondox, ABK, Lyte, Hoodoo, Clay. Come on. That shit's fire to me. I love seeing shit like that. And it's very fucking fresh, man. And it's you know, we're at that time of the year where we're starting to get these show announcements for the fall. I mean, yeah, it's only June, summer. I don't even know if summer is officially even started yet. But we are getting announcements for fall tours, fall shows, and all that shit. That one's going down in August, a couple weeks after the gathering. And then Buckshot announced Hollow Bleed 3, the Halloween show, going down. Trying to find it right here. Hollow Bleed 3, October 15th, Louisville, Kentucky. More details to follow. But if you look at the flyer, it's got the UGA symbol right there. That was the number one thing that stuck out to me when I saw this promo flyer for Hollow Bleed 3. If you're watching on YouTube, here is the actual UGA logo right there. And there is the Hollow Bleed flyer right there. So, at minimum, at Hollow Bleed 3, Underground Avengers should be performing. Whether we get new music or not remains to be seen. But I wouldn't count it out. Buckshot already teasing on social medias. You know, he's got the Berserkers project. His new group project, the Berserkers. The Mr. Grey album coming soon. And he's saying more to come for the end of the year. So, possibly new UGA in the works. It's been a couple years. But at minimum, there'll be a UGA performance at Hollow Bleed 3 this October. Going the fuck down. That's fresh as fuck. I'm here for it. I dig it. Very dope. And I talked about it on last week's show. The Night of the Xuligans, the first annual Night of the Xuligans from Alla Zuliloo is in fact going down October 1st at the Thompson House, Newport, Kentucky. Tickets are on sale right now. They officially announced it on their Tuesday Night Terror show last week. So peep that shit. Again, we should be getting, I know the gathering's coming up, probably after the gathering. Knowing ICP and Psychopathic, they'll wait last minute for a Hollow Wicked tour, if there is any, or a Hollow Wicked show. I think they said that they were going to be touring, England or the UK, whatever, Europe, and fucking Australia this year. But we've yet to see dates for that. Twiztid hitting these, weekend shows, all that good stuff. But yeah, fall shows are being announced. New UGA, lights out on the division. I'm fucking hyped for it, man. I really am. And we got a couple releases I want to talk about that are coming up. millz, he's got his new project dropping July 4th called the Middle Finger EP. millz out of Worcester, Mass. I talk about him all the time on the show. Trying to put more people onto this dude. This dude's fucking dope. And we'll be talking about the album when it drops, but his new project, the Middle Finger LP, dropping July 4th. I'm hyped for it. New Wrekonize of Mayday dropping this Wednesday, the 15th. New Wrekonize called Planet Worth. First solo Wrekonize after the departure from Strange Music, even though they're still affiliated through the It Goes Up Entertainment sub-label of Strange Music. So that's dropping this Wednesday. And then we got another new single coming from Joey Cool featuring X-Rated. No release date for this one yet, but it's called Iceberg. It's probably off Joey Cool's upcoming album, Chairman of the Board, that's dropping. And yeah, man. Steady dropping fucking a shitload of singles before the album drops, but that's just the fucking way it is, man. It's better than the EPs they were dropping. I think I said that last week. Definitely better than the EPs. The 3 EPs, they give out 75% of the album. It's better to give out like a third of the album than 75%, but yeah, be on the lookout for that shit. And then also last week I was talking about Dirtcore, the label ran by Crossworm, signing a bunch of new acts. Well, he announced the 4th act and as of right now, final act to be signed to dirtcore, and that's Mad Max. I saw a lot of hype for this one. Not as much hype for the other acts that I saw I saw for the Mad Max signing. I was not surprised by the Mad Max signing only because I know Crossworm and Mad Max fuck with each other heavy. They had a song back in the day called Dogs of War. That's fucking fire. I don't know if that is up on streaming. It's probably up on YouTube somewhere. That song is fucking fire. Peep that shit. But Mad Max is officially on Dirtcore. Dirtcore Music, the label ran by Crossworm, and that rounds out the label for Dirtcore Music of Mad Max, J-Hex, the J-Hex Project, Mum Ra, Samson, and of course Crossworm himself. Samson is actually dropping his first single this week featuring Crossworm. So I'm hyped to hear that. I don't know if it's produced by Crossworm or not. I know Crossworm said that he wasn't going to be producing these projects in its entirety. But I'm hyped for it, man. Shout out to Crossworm. That dude's the shit. And it's cool to see him actually fucking run a label. I think it's something that he should have done a long ass fucking time ago. Straight the fuck up. Dude's mad knowledgeable on the music business. Been in it for a long ass time. Behind the scenes on a whole bunch of shit. Me and Crossworm go back. Shout out to fucking Johnny Cross. And good luck on the fucking label. And then we got, let's see what else. Oh shit, it's your birthday. The one album that dropped this week that had a significant birthday was, of course, Atmosphere with their album God Loves Ugly, celebrating its 20th anniversary, which is wild because I kind of got onto Atmosphere probably right after God Loves Ugly came out. And this is probably their most popular album, the album that most people consider a classic. I consider it a classic. Slug and Ant, the producer, absolutely kill it on here. Just an amazing album. If you've never checked out Atmosphere, I highly suggest you start out with God Loves Ugly. It's just an amazing album, front to back. Couple of standout tracks for me would be Fuck You, Lucy. I love that track right there. It's super fucking fresh. Saves the Day. And then one of my all-time favorite songs from Atmosphere, Shrapnel. Phenomenal song. When I saw them live, probably a decade ago, it's been a minute, when I saw Atmosphere live, they played Shrapnel. I lost my fucking mind. It was super dope that I got to see them perform that song live. In my opinion, more of an obscure song from Atmosphere, Shrapnel, but fucking fire. And happy 20th birthday to God Loves Ugly, because it's a fucking banger. Banger. And a couple more things I want to talk about before we bounce the fuck up out of here. Twiztid posting up pictures of them in the studio with producer Zeuss. Actually, Zeuss is posting pictures. I think Jamie Madrox on his own Instagram posted up a picture as well. But they are in the the dojo together, working on the next rock project from Twiztid. And who's here for it, man? Who's here for the new rock project from Twiztid? I wasn't the biggest fan or a fan at all of Unlikely Prescription minus 2 or 3 songs. But to see them in the studio working with the producer is dope. It, like, in this wicked shit underground scene, you just don't see that shit happen often or nearly enough, where the artist and producer are in the same spot at the same time putting together an album. So super fresh to see in that regard. But am I fucking hyped for the project? Looking forward to it? No. Just give me the fucking rap, Twiztid, man. They put out Mad Season and Revelation, and those fucking albums were like the best projects that they put out since Abominations, and then they go out and fucking do some mainstream rock shit. Like, again, I get why they're doing it, but I don't like it. It fucking is what it is, I guess, man. Can't please everybody, and you can't be a people pleaser. If you're a people pleaser, then I don't even know, man. I'm here dropping shit. And one last thing before we bounce the fuck up out of here. Kung Fu Vampire dropped the video for Smoke Me. Last week I said this was possibly the new single or the first single off his upcoming album, Black Heart Machine. But as soon as I put the video on and heard the song, I was like, oh, this is off Come Dawn. I just didn't recognize the song title, even though I fuck with the Come Dawn album heavy. And the video is fucking fire. And the song is super dope. Kung Fu Vampire, just one of the illest in the underground right now. Rapper-wise, song creator-wise, this dude fucking kills it. The song is fire. And the video is fucking dope as well. And I just wanted to correct myself on that from last week, because I had said that it might be off the upcoming Black Heart Machine, but in fact was not. And it is off Come Dawn. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me this week. Much fucking love. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout out again to Kramer831 for winning the CD giveaway. Again, I will be in touch with you. Shout out to Fear the Effing Beard for the Twisted Nickel Bag CD for copying it at Astro. Super fucking dope. Much love to everybody that's tuned in right now. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm Rolling Bone to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.